गोपीजनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभ जय गिरिवर जय गोपीजनवल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभ जय यशोदानंदन जय ब्रजजनरंजन जय यशोदानंदन जय ब्रजजनरंजन जय यशोदानंदन जय ब्रजजनरंजन जय 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 यमुना तीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय जय यमुना तीरावनचारी जय कुंज बिहारी जय यमुना जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजनवल्लभ जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदानन्दन जय व्रजजनरञ्जन जय यशोदानन्दन जय व्रजजनरञ्जन जय यमुनातिरवनचारि जय कुञ्जविहारी जय जय यमुनातिरवनचारि जय कुञ्जविहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हे कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhu. Om Vishnupada Paramahams Parivrajakacarya Ashtodhar Sadasri Srimati Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Anant Koti Vaishnavindra Ki Jai Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Jai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna. We are very fortunate to have amongst us His Grace Rupa Goswami Prabhu. So Prabhuji got introduced to Krishna consciousness in 1983. From 1986, Prabhuji has been serving as a pujari at Radha Gopinath Temple at ISKCON Chowpatty. In 1987, Prabhuji was the first person to join from the Radha Gopinath Gurukul at Radha Gopinath Mandir. And then in 1996, when His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj sent His Grace Radhesham Prabhu to ISKCON Pune, that time Prabhuji was also sent as a head pujari for Radha Kunji Behari Mandir. And Prabhuji has been single-handedly serving both Gaur Nitai and Radha Kunji Behari, doing all the 6 offerings, dressing. And then when Radha Vrindavan Chandra temple came up, so for carving the deities, Prabhuji spent 2 months in Rajasthan for carving those deities. So from then on, he is the head pujari for Radha Vrindavan Chandra. So Prabhuji is very inspiring for all the devotees in his steady practice of devotional service. And he trains all the pujaris in dressing, offering, all these various things. So we are very fortunate to have Prabhuji amongst us. So let us heartily welcome Prabhuji by once loudly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 25. Characteristics of King Puranjana, text number 14. Prakoropaaya vanita. Prakoropavanathala. Natal. Parikher akshatorane. Swarnaropya yashe srange. Sankulam sarvato grihe. Prakaropavanattala parikhe. Sorry. Vattala parikhe akshatorane. Swarnaropyayashe srange. Sankulam sarvato grihe. Prakaravanattala. Prakaropavanattala parikhe akshatorane. Swarnaropya yashashe asrange. Sankulam sarvato grihe. Hare Krishna. Prakara walls. Upavana parks. Attala towers. Parikhe with trenches. Aksha windows. Torane with gates. Swarna gold. Ropya silver. Ayesha made of iron. Srange with domes. Sankulam congested. Sarvata everywhere. Grahe with houses. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. That city was surrounded by walls and parks, and within it were towers, canals, windows, and outlets. The houses there were decorated with domes made of gold, silver, and iron. Purport. The body is protected by walls of skin. The hair on the body are compared to parks, and the highest part of the body, like nose and head, are compared to towers. The wrinklings and depression on different parts of the body are compared to trenches or canals. The eyes are compared to windows, and the eyelids are compared to protected gates. The three types of metal, gold, silver, and iron, represent the three modes of material nature. Gold represents goodness, silver passion, and iron ignorance. The body is also sometimes considered to be bag up containing three elements, three dhatu, mucus, bile, and air, kapha, pitta, vata. Yasyatma buddhi krunapeti dhatuke. According to Bhagavatam, one who considers this bag of mucus, bile, and air to be the self is considered no better than cow or an ass. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामिने गौरतिसे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च प्रतिदानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः हरे कृष्ण First of all, I offer my humble obeisances to all the devotees, seeking all of your blessing, so I can speak something in for my purification. Hare Krishna. So in this chapter, we are hearing Narad Muni is uh, teaching to Maharaj Prachin Bhari. And here, in this sloka, this body is being compared to the city. And different part of the living entity's body are compared to different feature of the city. So in this chapter, Narad Muni giving allegorical story to Maharaj Parikshit, explaining him that how living entity in this material world, trying to become happy by sense enjoyment. So this story of Puranjana is meant for King Prachin Bharisi as well as those who are hearing it, listening it for future, those are going to hear it, listen to it. So there's a very very kindly given this episode in this Bhagavatam pages so that we can understand the how materialistic people uh, they try to get sense enjoyment in this material world. Mm. So Prabhupada explained this about that. The uh, main purpose or main aim of the people, those who are materialistic people, their aim is to enjoy their senses, enjoy this body. And therefore, people are always searching for good place for enjoyment. They want to settle in nice place where there is no obstacle for their enjoyment. Just like people go to different West, America to settle there because there is so much facility for material enjoyment. So, so material life is described here that material enjoyment, actually there is no real enjoyment in this material world. Lord Krishna explained Bhagavad Gita, yahi sansprashaja bhoga dukkha yona evade adyantavanta kaunteya nate shuramate buddha. In this material world, whatever little happiness person try to squeeze, that is actually not real happiness because it has beginning and end. So it's a naramate buddha. The intelligent people do not take part in it. Okay. You see that material world, there is some happiness, but that happiness is very less. Just like if you are in a desert and there is a temperature is 50 Celsius, and you are shouting for some water, and somebody comes and he said, take some water and give one drop of water. So it is not helpful. That much water is not helpful because it will only aggravate your thirst. Similarly, in this material world, those people who want to enjoy their senses, want to become happy by engaging in sensual activity, they are only aggravate, their suffering is aggravate. So, therefore, this world is a place of suffering. There cannot be any happiness. And Prabhupada gives example that just like a dog or hog is lying in the gutter, half body is submerged in the gutter water, half body is exposed to sun. So actually, he's suffering. He may think that he is enjoying, but a spiritualist or devotee, he knows that so horrible situation is lying in gutter, or like a hog, eating a stool, and he think that he's enjoying life. So Narad Muni is giving this story to awaken us from this slumber of material life, to understand that this material enjoyment is actually not real enjoyment. Real enjoyment in the spiritual world with Krishna. So similarly, with next canto also, there is one more story of the forest of material enjoyment, where material world is compared to the forest. And we see that no one goes to forest for enjoyment because forest is not place of enjoyment. There is so much difficulties, so much inconvenience, and there are so many animals. What do you call? Wild animals. So there is no actual suffering in material world. But living entity by nature anandamaya. Living entity wants happiness, wants Hmm? Uh, you want to become free from suffering, you want to become happiness. Because by nature, he is happy. By nature, Anandamaya Vyasa. But because living entity has become separated from the Lord from time immemorial, uh, he has become separated from that supreme Ananda. So if a living entity want to become really happy, uh, has to become and again connect, has to come in contact with this, that supreme Ananda Krishna. Then he can become happy in this material world. So it is said that the real state of happiness, he loses that state when he uh, becomes separated from the Lord, or he comes to this material world. That state of ananda he loses. Therefore, it is explained that Krishna bhuliya se jeva anadi bahirmukha ativa maya de samsara dukkha. When living entity forget Krishna, Maya gives him unlimited suffering. Krishna bhuliya se jo bhagavancha kare nikatastha maya tare chaputiyadare. So when living entity forget Krishna, Maya immediately capture that living entity. So in this material world, whatever happiness he experienced, that happiness is illusory happiness. That is not real happiness. So Maya is very close. As soon as living entity forget Krishna, Maya capture that person and gives unlimited happiness, different type of happiness. But as Maya is very close, when we turn to Krishna, Krishna is also very close to us. Therefore, remembering Krishna, turning to away from Maya and turning toward Krishna is real happiness. And otherwise is illusory happiness. Therefore, to become free from Maya, different processes are described. But the processes are very difficult and time consuming. Like process of karma yoga, jnana yoga, tapasya, penances. The only process of bhakti yoga is very easy and very anandamaya, blissful process. So you see that now we are in, because of separated from Krishna, living it separated from Krishna, we are in nirananda or unhappy situation. So there are different stages from annamaya to anandamaya. Annamaya stage is a very beginning stage where live and only think about food. Where is food? Where is food? Next stage is manomaya stage. Then what is it? Annamaya, manomaya, pranamaya. Then the next is jnanamaya, then vijnanamaya, and the end is anandamaya stage. So the yogi, they try to stop eating, they try to stop the activity of the mind. Mm. They practice breathing process so that they come to the stage of, at least they come to stage of jnanamaya or ajnanamaya, because they have no information of the stage of anandamaya. But the process of bhakti is by which it directly take you to the anandamaya stage. Other process are very difficult. Hmm. And kleshodikkatarastes desham avyakta sakrachetasam. But just like devotee eat prasad, by eating prasad, they don't have to stop eating, but they are just eating prasad, they can purify themselves and go back to God. And they don't have to stop the activity of the mind, just to engage mind in thinking of Krishna. By thinking of Krishna, you can control the mind. So therefore, one automatically comes to the stage of Anandamaya. And And this is very possible because Rupa Goswami has given a very simple process by remembering Krishna. Smrtavyam satam Vishnu, Vismrtavyam na jatu chit. Just always remembering Krishna, never forgetting Krishna. When we remember Krishna, we are with Krishna. We are always thinking of Krishna. So therefore, when we remember Krishna by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we come in contact with Krishna. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam is giving us clear understanding and how this material world is not a real place of happiness. Our real place of happiness is uh, with Krishna. When we remember Krishna and never forget Krishna, we are in very blissful stage, living and it be happy. So there are different processes given in, but only process is very helpful and natural process for living entity is the process of bhakti yoga. And by bhakti yoga, by remembering Krishna, we come in contact with Krishna. And how we remember Krishna? By chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us very easy process, very simple process. There are different processes are very difficult. Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Kevala, Vishera Bhanda. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us very simple process. Other process are very gradual process. But Bhakti Yoga is direct process. By surrendering to Krishna and chanting His holy name, we come in direct contact with Krishna and we can always remember Krishna. So, by always remembering Krishna, one transcend the suffering of material world and become happy. So the devotee are very intelligent people because they always take shelter of Krishna. Therefore, they are not afraid of death. Other people are very afraid of death. They are always in tension, a very lamentation. न सोचती न कांक्षति ब्रह्मभूता प्रसन्नात्मा न सोचती न कांक्षति. So those are not devotees are always anxious and always afraid of death. But devotee they are not afraid of death because they have taken shelter of the Lord. We see that therefore devotee they transcend death also. You see the example of Dhruva Maharaj. When Dhruva Maharaj when the aeroplane when the Duta or Vishnu Duta came to take him. So when Dhruva Maharaj saw that the Vishnu Duta came to take him, he he took the blessing of all the sages around him, take the blessing, he circumambulated that Vimana, and then while he was ascending to that Vimana, death came. So he put the foot on the head of death and climb on the airplane. So therefore, here Narad explained to the Prachina Bhari that how the living entity in this material world try to become happy, try to become blissful by the process of sensual enjoyment, but we see in the future how Puranjana also not become happy. He was so Prabhupada explained that our spiritual life began when we understand that material world, in the material world, we cannot be happy. Our real spiritual life began when one understand that we are not this body. Prabhupada explained that Yaschatma buddhi krunapi dhatuke. This body is a bag of mucus, bile and air. And when we understand that we are not this body, and when we realize that only by taking shelter of the Supreme Lord we can be happy. Hmm. So, by this allegorical story, Narada is trying to tell us that only our only auspicious path is the path of Bhakti Yoga. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhuji, how you are able to serve Radha Vrindan Chandra and Kunj Bihari steadily for so long in that only one department. Generally, in this world, we develop the desire, okay, this department I served, now I will go to another thing, another service, and progress in like ladder. But you are satisfied in serving the Lord. So, how to do that?
Actually, and by Krishna's mercy only. I don't know. Somehow Krishna has allowed me to serve, although I have no qualification. So by Krishna's mercy only, uh, he is giving some test. So also when I heard that one time that whatever service one get, one should think that this is for my lifetime. It may get service may get changed, but one should think that I will do this seva for whole my lifetime. In that consciousness, if you try to serve the Lord, any service we get, we should think that this is for my whole lifetime. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.